Hey, Sequanda, look, the reason why I'm doing this shit this way because, like I said, I don't know how to do shit, man. I just do the shit. This video right here is freestyling pretty much. What I mean by freestyling, I might tell you a story, I might not. Here's what I'm doing though. I'm basically torturing you. Read what I wrote you and then think about what I'm doing right now. Just really think about it for a second. Because this shit's gonna involve a whole lot of other shit too. Really think about it, man. Once my voice gets out there, it is gonna get out there. I'm not worried about this shit. Once my voice get out, I'm gonna be before Congress. I have to be before Congress because this shit is bigger than life itself. It is because you're gonna sit here and tell me, all right, this is what I mean by that shit. All right, back in the last quarter of 2017, everyone by the name of Declan Woosley, it doesn't matter. He know who he is. He told me, hey man, I want to see a plane crash with people dying a fiery death inside of it. He's an aircraft maintenance worker at the 165th Airlift Wing telling me this shit. He works on planes. I'm like, God damn, who am I going to tell about this shit? This shit, William Denny? Hell no, because this man yells at me for leaving jackets on fireballs and shit. I can't tell his best friend Ryan Secretary because Declan talks about Ryan behind his back. He said Ryan is gay. And he said that Ryan wants me to fuck him. I said, God damn, this how you talk about your friends? Imagine what you're saying about me behind my back. I can't tell shit, Brad James and all these people because they're bitches. I can't tell nobody this shit, man. Not a chief, not a colonel, not even a speck of corn. I can't tell nobody this shit. Not the fact that I can't tell nobody. I can't tell people. I just don't give a fuck. Man, think about it, man. This nigga saying this shit out loud in front of everybody. It's not whispering. We're talking regularly, casually. You telling me ain't nobody walked by and heard that shit? I said, fuck that shit. That's not my responsibility. This is how I live my life. If you're going to tell me some stupid shit, don't let it happen. Because I'm going to sing like a canary. Look, that plane crashed on May 2nd, 2018. Coming from the 165th Airlift Wing via the Savannah International Hilton Head Airport. However I said that shit. Now, once that shit crashed, the first thing I thought was, shit, Declan got his wish. Because I'm still ain't saying shit. Why am I going to say shit when it's not my responsibility to say shit? It's not. No, it's my responsibility to sing like a canary when it's time to blackmail these motherfuckers. It's time for me to start singing like a canary when it's time to extort. That's when I started speaking. Until then, I'm like, fuck that shit. Really think about it. It's an open secret that these people actually did that shit. It's an open secret. Why? Because of what Declan told me. If Declan would tell me that shit, I'd be like, shit, all right, it's their fault. And then I started noticing little trends in the media and shit. When that one little girl crashed into another plane and shit, killing like what? Damn near 70 people? God damn. I don't know. It could be less or more. I don't care. But what I'm saying is this. Man, they said that it was the instructor's fault. Like, it was these people's fault. It was these people's fault. But shit, man, y'all wasn't in the plane. That's the thing that I started looking at. I'm like, y'all was in the plane. When those people, no Puerto Ricans crashed and shit in Savannah on May 2nd, 2018, they said exactly what happened on YouTube and shit. They said all these different things about what happened. I was like, how the fuck do they know and they wasn't even there? You telling me this is exactly what happened. This is exactly how? Well, maybe the pilot told them. Well, I got to hear that shit then. Now, why am I saying all this shit? Because I don't give a fuck about what y'all saying. I'm like, this is what Declan told me. So, by my logic, one of y'all did that shit. And it just so happened, like, y'all probably either tampered with the shit on purpose or you probably fucked up some shit and didn't say nothing about it. Why? Because shit, September 14th, 2018, one of your G13, I don't know his last name. I don't know how to say the shit, but we call him G13. This nigga came to me and said, look, man, I fucked up on this plane. I said I was on that plane. We had to make an emergency landing on September 14, 2018. Emergency landing is a near miss. A near miss means we crash. So technically speaking, I am a specter right now talking to you. I'm a fucking wraith. I'm a ghost. Ooh. Now, really think about it for a second. If I'm a specter and a ghost, that means I should have been compensated for this shit. Because really think about it, man. Y'all stupid. Because the dude admitted to me that he just fucked up. He forgot to bolt down some shit. He just forgot. That's it. He probably was high. Man, really understand something. Y'all work on planes for a living. And this is what I'm trying to tell my dumb ass sister, man. Sequanda fucking Martin. Sequanda. Really think about it for a second. You know me to be an upstanding person. You know me to be this shit. And you're going to sit here and tell yourself that I'm wrong for telling these motherfuckers to just, look, man, y'all better compensate me for y'all dumb shit. Compensate me for your stupidity, man. I'm doing the right thing and y'all chastise me for that shit? Man, fuck all of y'all, including you, Sequanda. Fuck all of y'all, including my parents, my dumbass brother, my fucking family, especially Derek Martin. Man, fuck you. This nigga works for the same system that can expose that shit. And I ain't asking him to expose the shit. I'm just saying, look, man, tell these motherfuckers to pay me for that stupidity. Because think about it, man. Like, I'm suffering for this shit. But I'm not really suffering, if you want to be technically honest about it. Because I don't care about this shit. I can get money no matter what way I look at it. If people listen to this shit, I would get handsomely compensated for this shit. Why? Because I'm a great storyteller, man. All this shit is, my life ain't nothing but stories. That's all my life is, stories. If you don't care about your life, then you can do whatever the fuck you want and then tell a great story about it. Look, man, like, the reason why I tried to blackmail the government is because I wanted to show them that there are different ways that you can make it out here. If you really want to be technical about it, man, I've been the Joker my whole life, but in disguise. Nobody want to acknowledge who I am because of your dumb ass. You will go out here and tell people my brother is, this is what you'll do. You will tell me, I tell my brother I tell people all the time, my brother graduated college. When my brother said his mind to do something, he would do it. He even paid off his car. He did this. I'm like, what the fuck? What are you talking about? Because I talked to one of your friends. I said, man, look, man, let's be honest about it. Before you even met me, what did you hear about me? Everything that you told me, she said the complete opposite. Don't believe me? Shit, we went to fucking Wild Wings and I had to have a conversation with her. Because I had to understand some shit. I did. And what did I have to understand? Your dumb ass. Because I had to really understand, like, what are y'all doing out here? If I don't care about the shit, why are y'all sitting here asking me to pretend to care? What do I mean by that shit? Your friend was supposed to help me get more compensation for my VA claims and shit. It took her like 2 months to do that shit. Probably longer. I said, man, whatever, man, take your time. I don't give a shit. Because I honestly really don't give a shit. She said, hey, man, came back and they said, you ain't going to be able to get it. I said, okay, cool. She said, you want to try it again? I said, for what? Man, I ain't care about that shit, man. I just do that shit just off of technicalities. Why do I care about what people are doing to me when I already know the end? Think about it, man. It's your bitch ass. You're part of the end. Death. If I know the end is death, everything else can just backtrack itself. Man, really think about it. If you really go off of how things are going right now, I would never get anything ever again in life. Never. So now, what do I do about it? I talk about it. I just say, look, man, why do I care that y'all are fucking me over? Why do I care about the fact that the government is basically ruining my life? Now you're going to say, oh, man, you're just being this, you still this and that. You actively looking at it. You are actively looking at what the government is doing to me. And I ain't even talking about just the government saying, we picking at you or whatever. No, that's not what I'm talking about, you dumbass bitch. Really think about it. I tell the truth. And people just chastise me for that shit. It ain't the government, it's people, man. People don't like the fact that I tell the truth, you included. And when I tell the truth, y'all retaliate. Really think about it. I put sealing in fucking Word of God Tabernacle. The keyholes, I mean. And you called the motherfucking VA to have me committed. Your dumbass cousin, Derek Martin, calls me and tries to ask me stupid questions. Why would you do this? Why would you do this? When people just try to hear about Jesus. I said, shit, think about it, man. I'm actually doing you a favor. Jesus said, if you follow me, you will be persecuted for my name's sake. Think about it, man. I'm persecuting your people. I'm persecuting the people that follow Jesus for his name's sake. By doing that shit, guess what, man? I'm doing the will of God. You got anything else? Well, that makes no sense. I said, if you can't follow what I just said, you ain't reading the scriptures. I'm just playing a role right now. Think about it, man. I'm filled with demons. I'm filled with demons. If I tell you what the demons told me to do to that church, you'll be like, shit, man, that's stupid. No, the demons showed me exactly what to do. They were like, man, do it this way. I said, you sure? They were like, hell yeah. So I had to go scout. Once I did the scout, I said, demons, y'all lied to me. They were like, shit, that's why we told you to go out there and look. Because shit, you go figure out how to do it. So once I figured out how to do it, I said, demons, why would I do that shit? Why? Man, think about it, man. That'll put them at their advantage. No. It's time for me to start taking the offensive at this point. Now, you're going to show me how to do this shit in a way to where I can be very crafty, and not only that, show them that I mean business. Not only that, show them that shit. I bet you right now, you ain't finna call the police not once. I bet you. Why? Because I'm in the right. You're going to call the police for what? Now, what do they do now? They lie. The demons showed me that this was going to happen. He said that he was going to come to the church and shoot up the church. I already knew that shit was going to happen. Because think about it. What did you say the Board of Education said? You came to me and said, the Board of Education said you went up there and you threatened them. You said that shit. Then you said they searched your social media. They looked through your Instagram. They looked through your Facebook. I said, hold the fuck up. What does that have to do with anything? Really think about it. What does that have to do with what you just said? Only thing I know is like, you just said I went up there and threatened these people. To me, that means you had no facial recognition. You don't. Because really think about it. If I went up there and threatened these people, how would I be able to get out of there? They got security. Am I going to sit down and just be loud with the shit when they got security? Man, think about it. I would have caused a scene out there. I probably would have got shot. The police would have been up there in an instant. Because shit, they got Board of Education police. Now, let's really think about it for a second. Let's just say I was doing it in a calm manner. I ain't getting shit accomplished. So what, I'm just going to sit down and just calmly, casually talk and then just be escorted out? And I'm like, no, I'm still talking. It still would end up in the same results. I mean, you're dumb as shit. Because you know who I am. You know I ain't finna talk and just let shit go. No, I'm going to say my piece and you're going to get upset with what I say. And you're going to retaliate about the things that I say. You're a prime example of this shit. Now, really think about it for a second. You said that this is what the Board of Education said. And you said, don't go back up there. Just don't go back up there. Hold the fuck up. But didn't I just try to help your dumbass kids out? I try to help your dumbass kids out, and now you're going to take their side. Really think about what you're saying at this point. Your kids will tell you, I try to help them out. But they're too stupid to see that you're manipulating the system. This system between you and me. Your kids are too stupid to see that. Because they're following your dumb ass. Because you need an audience to agree with you. Because if you get one person to disagree with you, your argument falls apart. That's why you need your family with you when you have these discussions. Not everybody, no, the ones that aren't going to agree with you. I'm the enemy right now. I'm the enemy. That means you can get everybody from both sides and they will agree with you. Because shit, think about it. I'm the one that's doing this stupid shit, right? But here's the thing. When I can sit back and compose myself and actually show you, shit, your argument falls apart. And how do you do that? By doing it like this. By showing you that I can tell you everything about you, but you can't tell me anything about me. You can't. What do I mean by this shit? I am perfect. Really think about it for a second. I'm perfect. I ain't gotta discuss that shit with you. I don't. I don't even have to explain that shit. Really think about all the things I have done in my life. The things that you have seen. Fuck what everybody's saying. I don't give a fuck what everybody think. That's why I'm doing this video for you specifically, Sequanda. Think about me in your memory. Me, just me. Fuck everything else. When you physically see me, before you, think about what I have been to you. You have attacked me on numerous occasions. You don't listen to me when I'm trying to talk to you and shit. Really understand something. When we was in high school, you were going with fucking Buddy Boy. I was like, shit, whatever. I couldn't tell you that shit. Man, look, man, I don't know why you doing this shit because the dude just using you and shit. I can't tell you the truth on that shit. Why? Because I don't give a fuck. Man, look. We would fall out about stupid shit. We would. Why? Because I'm like, I don't give a fuck. I honestly really don't. Really think about it. And you was in the 8th grade, I was going with your teacher. When you was in the 8th grade, I was fucking your teacher. I was 16. Man, think about it, man. Of all the people that she could have picked in Roberta, all the people, she started fucking me. And it was so good to her. Really think about it. It was so good to her that Pam and Wesley had to have an intervention and tell me that she was engaged to somebody else. I said, okay, cool. So I had to pretend that I'm heartbroken now. Because I'm like, y'all really don't understand that I'm 16 years old, fucking a 24-year-old woman. Why y'all thinking about my feelings? Man, I'm living a childhood fantasy dream right now. Y'all think I'm in love? No, man. These teenage girls ain't giving me no pussy, so I'm getting it from her. Just because I'm just with her doesn't mean that I'm just exclusively with her in a relationship. Think about it, man. I'm like, hey, do you want to go out? She said, yeah. We went out on dates, nigga. We literally went out on dates. In public. Holding hands. Kissing in public. I'm 16, she's 24, and she's a teacher. We're in Macon. Really think about it. We're in Roberta. But we're in Macon. Anybody could have seen us. We didn't give a fuck. Because we were just fucking. Man. My demeanor is so casual that I can have a teacher be comfortable with going out on dates with me. While me being a teenager. Okay, I'm going to really think about it for a second. This is how cool I am. You remember I had this surgery on my fucking neck and shit. I would talk to the doctor. I'm like, man, this shit is stupid to me, man. Like, this shit is... I have no options at this point. And I feel like y'all ain't gonna do right by me. But guess what, man? Like, let's just get the shit out of the way or whatever. This is how I'm talking to the doctor. As he works on me and shit, he cuts a piece of shit in my throat. I'm talking about just clips it. Now I got a forever drip in the back of my throat. I could have got the shit fixed, but think about it, man. I gotta pay doctors, I gotta get insurance and all that shit or whatever when it's his fault. Because he ain't gonna admit to that shit because I signed a waiver and all this shit. And plus, like, guess what the nigga did? He leans over and said, look, man, I ain't gonna lie to y'all, clip that shit. I apologize. I said, shit, it's cool. Ask him. His name is Arredondo and shit. I don't know his first name. But he was at the Savannah Spine and Neck Surgery place and shit. He was like, man, I clipped that shit. I said, all right, cool, whatever. Because think about it, man. You told me the shit. That means you didn't fear retaliation at this point. Because if I would have grabbed you slowly by the throat and started squeezing that shit, think about it. I'm the aggressor. If I go to that spine and play shit and be like, look, man, this is what the doctor did to me and shit. He admit that shit. I never said that shit. Man, think about it. Because I call him a shitty doctor. Because I call him a shitty doctor, he did that shit to me. Or he probably made a mistake. But here's the thing. He told me that shit. And I didn't get compensated for that shit. Why? Because I'm like, man, whatever. You go die. Man, look. This shit's stupid. All right, your parents are here. So, bye.